Hey everybody, back again. Uh, been going through a lot of court stuff, and you know, it's basically seeing a lot of stuff, online, YouTube itself, even in the news, about officers, you know, basically not knowing the law yet claiming to know the law. You know, uh, Arizona is listed as a stop and ID state. The problem is Arizona is not a stop and ID state because stop and ID means that if you're walking down the street, the cop can just go, "Hey, give me your ID." We're not that. The only way you have to give an ID is if you're stopped in a vehicle, and you have to present your driver's license. But if you're a passenger, you don't have to present a driver's license or even an ID. If you're walking down the street, they have to tell you that they suspect you of committing a crime before you have to give any ID, and even then, you can just give them your name and date of birth. That's all. That's all that's required. You don't have to actually give them an actual ID. Now, what this all stems to is like my issues with the neighbors, uh, junior and senior. See, I have issues with the local PD here because they don't actually know the law. And I'm going to break it down with the actual law. This is the actual laws of Arizona, and also have the municipal codes for shits and giggles. Because even then, the police don't even know those laws, and they're local. They're just local code. And they go, well, we're not code enforcement. We don't have to enforce that. The code says that you, an officer of the city, are supposed to take these people into custody or cite them for it. A code enforcement officer doesn't go and do police work. So, get this kicked off right away. We'll start with my injunction against harassment. This was the biggest issue that we had. When Junior broke the law and broke this order, it falls under ARS 121809, which is actually 1210 in the codes. Like, it's Title 12, Section 10, or whatever. I'll pull it up real quick here. So, Title 12, Chapter 10, and it's funny because like all the other ones, the chapter is the second set of numbers, but in this it's not. But 1809, pull this up real quick. The injunction of harassment has a long list of issues here. But the biggest issue is, let's see, where is it at? Fees, courts. Yeah, the judge can tell him not to be near my property. He can set a distance away that he has to stay. If he breaks this, see, in here, it outlines, the harassment. What is harassment? Like right here, this whole bottom section here. Purpose of this section: harassment. It means either of the following: a series of acts over any period of time that is directed at a specific person and that would cause a reasonable person to be seriously alarmed, annoyed, harassed, and the contact, in fact, seriously alarms, annoys, or harasses the person. One or more sexual violence things includes unlawful picketing, trespassery, assembly, unlawful mass. This part doesn't. It's this very first section. Now, because it's harassment, anything that falls under the harassment statute also applies. Now, when I showed this to the officer, they looked at that number and they go, well, it doesn't say anything in here that that he can't be outside your house honking his horn. That's it doesn't have to say that he can't be outside my house honking his horn. It says that he can't harass me. And this is where our bad cops fall into place. And I call them bad cops, but we all know they're dirty cops. A dirty cop isn't going to back the law. They're just looking for whatever they can, stop you for, traffic tickets and shit, because that's their big moneymaker. They're not after somebody to put them in jail. They're looking for somebody that they can get for repeated offenses. Criminal code, let's see, parties, justification, responsibility, classifications of offenses, sentencing, probation, all of these, homicide, assault, kidnapping, sexual offenses, criminal trespass, criminal damage, theft, robbery, forgery, credit card business, organization crime, obstruction. See, the obstruction, that one was funny because it literally says under the obstruction clause that it has to be physical, yet I was threatened with arrest for telling a cop that he needs to do his job. Public order. Let's see. Loitering, weapons, prostitution, gambling, drug offenses, imitation substance. You can get arrested in Arizona for selling fake drugs. Obscenity. Yeah. Sexual exploitation, family offenses, miscellaneous. Let's see. Search warrants, bail, all the fun stuff. I mean, they've got tons of stuff in here, and then you got your victims' rights and all that stuff. But let's see, where is this? I had this stuff all bookmarked just for you guys, and then I went and cleared the cache and all that stuff in the computer and redid stuff, and it's all gone. But yeah, I mean, when you look up criminal codes and stuff for aggravated assault and threatening. I mean, this kid is on video trespassing, refusing to leave, and then when I forcibly remove him from my property, he threatens to knock me out and lay me down, and all this stuff. And it's like, dude, you're now threatening me with physical violence after you committed a crime against me. Fines and felonies. Oh man, I hate it when I lose places and stuff. Harassment. Yeah, there it is. Let's see, 29. Here we go. Harassment. This is what this is. This contacts or causes of communication with another person by verbal, electronic, mechanical, honking his horn, telegraphic, telephonic, written. He's not even allowed to contact me through third party. When he sent his girlfriend up the driveway to speak to me, that was a violation. And the police said, oh, it's not really a violation because he didn't go on your property. He doesn't have to be on my property. The mere fact that this court order signed by a judge says that he's only supposed to contact me through the court. He has to have an attorney contact me, or have the prosecutor's office contact me through his attorney. When he filed a false report about me damaging his mailbox, which isn't even his mailbox, that is a false report to officers. He said that it was his property and that he owns the property, and that I damaged the property, and he had proof. Everything about his statement was false. He made a false complaint to the officers, and they said, it's not really a false complaint. I mean, the mailbox is damaged, so technically he didn't make a false complaint. He told you that it was his property, and it's not. He told you that he had proof. He does not. And he had all these stories. It's like, that falls under the harassment again. All this stuff. And the funny thing is it also falls under this. This is 132921.01, aggravated harassment. The aggravated harassment is because I work in a medical field. This is my work. And if he harasses somebody that works in the medical field, it is aggravated. It turns to aggravated. If he harasses the cop, it's aggravated. If he violates this order, it is aggravated harassment. And I'll show you. Right there. An order of protection issued pursuant to Section 133602. Injunction 121809. Everything falls under this. This is the police don't look past the number that's written on here. The police don't look past this. They read this and go, well, he didn't break the law. Yeah, he did. He broke the law. It's right here. It says that he's not allowed to break this law, which is outlined in this law and the other one. It's all they look at just the first words and then go, yep, that's it. That's all I have to look at. Look, go back to the title page, okay? These are titles. These officers see this and then go, okay, it's in the criminal code. They pull up the criminal code. And then they go, okay, it's in the criminal code, so it would fall under, what would it fall under? This, that, another, endangerment. I don't know. Let's see where it goes. Let's say, assault. Go to assault. They pull up assault and they go, okay, this is the law for assault. Does it fit this? Yes, no, maybe, kinda, sort of, little bit, something. They go by, assaults on hospital employees, public safety employees, volunteers, state hospital employees, disease testing, petition, hearing notice, all the stuff. I'm part of the medical field, so it falls under this for me as well. And it's like there's all these subsections that they have to go through, but they don't go through this stuff. They look at the first title page and that's it. That is all they do. They don't do anything else. I mean, we go down to 23 here. Smuggling. Let's go smuggling. Let's see what smuggling says. Oh, look right here. Look. More numbers. That means they have to look under these titles too. But they go, okay, does it meet any of these other things? Well, if it doesn't meet any of this, they stop right there. But they don't look at these other titles. If they go under these other titles and then find that it meets that statute, I mean, you've got the crime, and then you have the titles that you have to match up. You've got a whole spider diagram. Like, here's your crime, and here's all the possibility stuff about out here. You find which one fits that crime, and then you go, okay, this is what I'm going to charge you with. That's it. You have these numbers and everything for a reason. If you did like I did, and you go to the little search bar and you search it, and then you find it, and you go, oh, well, shit. It meets this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Then those are the things that you have to make the judgment call on. You have officer discretion. Officer discretion is, will I do it, will I not? Do I let them slide? Do I haul them off in cuffs? Can I haul them off in cuffs? Can I just give a slap on the wrist? That's your thing. You write these codes in the criminal complaint as to what crime was committed. These are the bookmarks for the prosecutor. The prosecutor reads the complaint, reads what was selected, goes through, and they look at it as to what is going on. All these are the bookmarks for the legal system. If all you do is read the bookmark, but not the actual law, then you're a dirty cop. Because you're not going with what the law says, you're going with what the bookmark says. I mean, I've got plenty of books, and all of them have bookmarks, but I mean, hell, I've got a book about munitions, but the bookmark is from Mulan. Just because the bookmark says Mulan doesn't mean the book is Mulan. That's all these are the bookmarks that mark the place where the lawyer or prosecutor has to look. If you don't give them a bookmark, then it just gets thrown out. That's just how this is. And, as I was saying before with, municipal codes, the police don't understand the municipal codes. And one code in particular they don't understand is the peddler's license. Under our city, if you want to go out and sit at a street corner or go door to door and sell something, you have to get what's called a peddler's license. And it's a cheap license. You go to the city, they give you a little name badge with your photo on it and what your business name is, and you wear that around your neck, and then the people of the city know that you're licensed, you had your fingerprints taken, and you are a legitimate business. You're not just somebody showing up to, case the joint. Police around here don't know that. This is the code. 5.24. Peddlers. Definition. Applicant. Application. Business. Charitable organization. City. Bullet. City. Municipals. Goods. Whatever you're selling. You pay a registration fee. What is it? It doesn't have it on here. It probably has it on the thing. Yeah, you pay a small fee. I think the last time I looked, it was $15. I think. Yeah, I don't know. You pay your application fee. You apply. You get your identification. You get your license, and then these peddling without a license and photo ID is prohibited. These are municipal crimes that have severe punishments. It is unlawful for any person to engage or participate in the act of soliciting, peddling, or vending of goods, wares, merchandise, or services without having registered with the city finance director, and without having obtained a license and photo ID card, without having such card in his or her possession, or failing to exhibit such card when request is made for the identification card by any resident of the city. That's illegal. Yeah. Location restrictions. This is one that really gets me. Location restrictions. It is unlawful for any peddler or solicitor to erect or maintain any booth, stand, counter, and whatever on whatever and everywhere. And it tells them that they are not allowed to set up these stands within 500 feet of a school. You cannot set up any booth or anything within 500 feet of a school. School, daycare, preschool, nursing school, kindergarten, elementary, secondary school, charter school, or high school. There it is, right there. Boom. Now, I'm going to do this real quick. Google Maps real quick. Let's see. There's the school. There's Family Dollar. I'm going to do, let's see, map. Okay. There's the school. There's the school, Bullhead City School, everything. Now, you'll see this corner here. This corner right here. It looks, interesting. And then you go to Street View. Well, what do you see here at this corner here? I'll put this here, and I'll zoom in. That is a booth. This is a sales booth for those government cell phones. These people set up there every day, and they set up with multiple vehicles right there at that corner. Now, we're going to go back to this. Okay, they set up at the corner here, and we'll do, let's see, where is that? Measure distance. There it is. Measuring distance from there to the school building. Well, you know what? We'll give them the benefit of the doubt and measure to the corner of this building. Ooh, look at that. 332 feet. Yeah, that's 170 feet shy of the 500 foot, minimum. And this, police don't enforce these laws. Code enforcement, one of these days when I'm out and about and I see one of these booths set up, I'm going to call up the code enforcement and be like, hey, do you know that these people have a booth set up here and they're selling goods at the corner within 500 feet of the school, which is illegal? And I want to see what happens, because it's a crime. And not only is it a crime in that stand there, but it's like a $1,500 fine. Let's see. Without city manager approval, yeah, it's a hefty fine. Signs to be observed. This is a big one because I've got signs all over my property for no trespassing, no solicitation, all that stuff. And we get the door-to-door jackasses all the time. And I had called up the PD, and I was like, hey, look, these guys are out here, and they're walking up and down the street, and they came to my house, and the officer's like, is that a crime? I was like, yes, it is a crime. And I gave the 5.24 code, and the dispatcher looked it up and then dispatched an officer, and it was a supervising officer who showed up, and he's like, yeah, we got so many calls that we had to contact the code enforcement city office and have them verify that it was a real code. It's like, okay, you have the code, but you had to verify that they still wanted that code enforced? I mean, do you have the IQ of a Pop-Tart? If it's code, it's code. Penalty. Violation is a Class 1 misdemeanor. Upon conviction, by a fine not less than $150, nor more than $2,500, or by imprisonment for no more than 6 months. Ooh, 6 months in jail or a hefty-ass fine. I think I'd spend the $15 on the license instead of going to jail. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. If you want to go to jail, go ahead. I don't care. Have fun. I mean, go do cartwheels. I don't give a shit. But stay off my property. Exemptions. Person exercising their personal beliefs under the United States Constitution to free speech, free expression, or religion, or represent such beliefs through a religious organization, political organization, or whatever, you're exempt. But you still have to abide by no trespassing laws and signs. Some guy told me that that no trespassing signs and private property signs have to be registered with the county for them to be legal. And I was like, dude, you're fucking retarded. That's not how this works. Uh, People 18 and under, casual basis in peddling or soliciting connection with fundraising for a youth organization that's nonprofit. That's an exemption. Uh, and it doesn't. Handbills and leaflets that are non-commercial. Like if you're going around passing out flyers and putting them in the doors saying that you're having a garage sale, that's okay. If you're walking around putting leaflets indoors saying, hey, my business, Bob's Plumbing, we give a shit so you can take a shit, that is illegal because it's construction. It's a commercial business handing out flyers. You're doing it in a business way to earn money. That is peddling. You need a license. And officers don't understand these things. And it's funny. It's just, and it's like signs to be observed right here. Unlawful for any peddler, whatever, ring a doorbell, knock at any building, or create any sound in any manner calculated to attract attention to the occupant of such residence, to secure an audience. It's like if you walk down the street and you honk an air horn, or you're on a megaphone making sounds, you are violating the law. It's right there, plain and simple. It's the laws are there because they're there, and without laws, there is no order. I mean, there are a shit ton of bad cops out there, but there's some good cops out there too. And the problem is the good cops don't help the bad cops understand law. I mean, walking down the street, having an officer demand me show my ID, and you need to show your ID, and this and that, and you kiss my ass. I'm walking. You have to tell me what crime you believe I committed before I have to do that. And another thing, like, see if I can do this again. GOG. Maps.google.com. There we go. Go back to this again. Let's see. Where's there? This guy. This is the one that was on my walk. This is the neighborhood I was telling you guys about before. As you can see, there are 3 entrances to this property. Let's see. I'll move this here. There's 3 entrances. You've got this entrance over here, this entrance over here, and this entrance over here. That's your 3 entrances to that area. That's how that works. Let's get over here. Boom. As you can see, this map isn't as updated as it is now. But we've got Downey, we've got Rio Grande, Coral Reef. All 3 of these are entrances to this area. Now, Legacy Homes, this is the little hut that I was telling you about. This is their model home that tells you this is what you can look forward to. This is the office you go and talk to people in. And if I click here and click here, that's their little model home building and everything. This is their information. And it's like, yeah, there's your model home. That's the first one that they pretty much built. And it's what I find funny is they actually built another home over here first, and then they demolished it, tore everything out, and then built this one here so that they could have it on the corner directly there, and it's like, man, that's some funny shit. Some funny shit. I would have built it over here on this side so that it could be seen from the street because you've got this big ass block wall. But, but, we'll go all the way out to here again. And look, that sign isn't there in here, but it's there now saying that this is private property. And that that code, I can never remember the damn code, but I think I still have a picture of it somewhere at some point. You know, I showed it to the mayor, and the mayor just kind of blew me off. Yeah, code's gone now. Dang it. But yeah, the I think it was the trespassing one. Let's do let's search here. Trespass. Criminal trespass. The first degree. 15. Criminal trespass. Person commits trespass by entering or remaining unlawfully on a residential structure. Fenced residential yard. Real property. I mean, you have to actually... You have to go in onto the property like that. Let's see. 1501. That was the first one. Critical public facility. Definitions. Okay, so 1315. Go to 13 again. That was delicious. Drop down here to 15. Okay, third degree. See what trespassing third degree, knowing, entering, or remaining unlawfully on any real property after reasonable request to leave by law enforcement or the owner, persons having control over the property, right away of tracks, storage, the storage or switching yards. Not that one, so you can't get me for that one. Let's see what this one is. Trespass by knowing, entering, or remaining unlawfully in or on any non-residential structure. Non-residential structure, fenced commercial yard. That can't be that one. Possession of burglary tools. Your person commits possession of burglary tools by possessing any explosive tool, instrument, or other article adapted or commonly used for committing any form of burglary. And intending to use or permit the use of such an item in the commission of burglary. You can own them, but you can get arrested if you are using them. That's where that falls in. Burglary. Yeah, I mean, 1502. Commits criminal trespass in the third degree by knowingly entering, remaining unlawful on any real property or reasonable request to leave. Yeah. If I'm on this road driving, this road is city property. The sidewalk, city property. All the way up to the walls. The walls are your ending point. If you cross over the sidewalk onto any property, like if I'm on this sidewalk here and I step onto this property here, then I'm breaking the law. But if I'm on the sidewalk here, that's city property. The signs that they posted at these entrances are illegal. They have no standard. In order for them to be legal, you have to gate these openings. There has to be an actual physical gate. It doesn't matter if this is considered a gated HOA community. If it's not gated, then they can't say anything about it. Uh, if if the roads are publicly maintained by the city, it can't be trespassing. These are city streets. If Google can drive through there with their little map car, then I can walk through there because I am a free citizen. But these officers, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know any of this stuff. Even the mayor doesn't know any of this stuff. And I used to work with this guy, and he talked about the freedom of this and freedom of that and Constitution this, Constitution that. And then he goes ahead and lets them do that stuff, even after being told. I mean, so far, haven't seen anything from him except for posting all of his vacation photos, going everywhere to the beaches and drinking, and out of coconuts. It's like, dude, you got the mayorship, and now all of a sudden you're living high on the hog. The mayor only makes like $1,000 a year. It's not it's not really a paid position. It's bullshit. So you got to be mayor just so you can do all this stuff. Makes no sense. But I mean that's pretty much my ramblings for the day. If cops actually pulled out the law book every now and then we wouldn't have the issues that we have today. I mean, we really wouldn't. And it drives me nuts that no matter how hard we try, they just kind of blow us off, and it's tough. It's annoying, but it is what it is, man. But see you guys later.